Our first caller is Gage from Oregon.
Gage, what's happening? How can we help you?
All right, guys. So my fitness journey started about 2016. I was 260 pounds, and then I kind of needed to lose some weight because I'm 5'10", and I did it the wrong way. I kind of starved myself and got all the way down to about 165 pounds.
Holy
and yeah, wasn't too good. And I got back into lifting weights about 18 months after that. And I'm currently doing MAPS, I think it's power lift, but I just finished MAPS performance, and I'm kind of looking at a direction to go. I'm currently eating about 3,500 calories, anywhere from 35 to 300 calories a day. And I kind of plateaued. I'm wondering which way I should go.
Okay. So there's so many different factors that could be affecting a plateau in progress. So sleep is one of them. So how is your sleep? Is it consistent? Is it good? Are you getting 8 hours a night?
Yes, sir. So I usually work out at about 4:45. So I go to bed around 8:30.
Okay.
So try and get as much sleep as I can.
Okay. So sleep would be one. Sounds like that's good. Then there's life stressors. There's also protein intake. You could be 3,500 calories, not enough protein. And then lastly, I think you might need to change up the workout programming a little bit. Oftentimes, sometimes you'll progress only for so long, and then you really need to change up the workout programming. Now, before you did powerlift, what kind of program did you do?
I read performance.
Mass performance. And then before that?
Anabolic.
I'm going to have you do map symmetry. I think map symmetry is different. It's very different. Lots of unilateral work. And it may expose some of the reasons why some of your lifts aren't going up. Your bilateral lifts aren't going up. Like in your question, it said your bench press. You also mentioned in here that you feel like you're just gaining too much body fat.
Yeah. Just I don't feel comfortable in my own skin, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Well, you could definitely drop the calories. I'd bring them down by maybe 300 or so. So maybe to 3,100. Okay. Follow map symmetry. And then kind of see what happens, see how it feels. But sometimes that's all it takes, right? Because if you look at everything down the list and everything else looks good, then just a change in programming. And sometimes you need to make a really big change in programming, like a different style of training. And map symmetry is very different. It's there's a short phase of isometrics and then lots of unilateral work, and then it finishes up with kind of this 5x5 strength phase. In which case you'll probably see some strength gains there.
I feel like I want to dive in a little bit with your relationship with food. I know very little about you right now, but if you were a client of mine, I'd want to ask more questions around the reason why you did a dramatic cut like that, where you just basically you starved your body for it sounds like almost a year or whatever it was to drop almost 100 pounds.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. Tell me. Go ahead.
So I was a senior in high school at the time, and I was going into college, and I think I wanted to get a girlfriend.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Girls make us do shit, don't they?
Yeah. And so you cut calories really, really low for an extended period of time, lost 100 pounds, and then since then have been obviously introducing more calories, because 3,400 calories is a decent place to be at. But what I'd be worried about is that you were so used to being low calorie for so long that just simply being in a little bit of a surplus and having a little bit of water weight the next day or being filled up with carbs gives you this feeling of, oh my God, I'm getting fat, and I'm so afraid to go back to that 260-pound guy. And so then you go back the other direction and you cut calories and you go do this up back and forth thing when you just started to probably fuel your body good to support something like MAPS Powerlift to get stronger, to build more muscle. But then the psychological part starts fucking with you because you're like, oh my God, I don't want to get fat again, so I gotta reduce calories again. So you're not really actually in this consistent surplus to build strength. So I would want to know more around that. And does that speak to you at all? And what do you have to say to that?
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I do have a bad relationship with food, considering I starved myself for however long, 18 months. And just trying to get that body fat off. But yeah, I probably need to do some reflection on that.
Where are you at right now, weight wise?
Currently like 190, 195. So it's been coming back on.
190. I think at 5'10".
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's
on a
not,
good day.
That's not bad. I mean, if you do cut your calories, a small cut would be fine. 200-300 calories would be okay because you're already at 3,400 calories. But a change in workout programming, I think, will make a big difference for you.
Okay. Sounds good. Symmetry. I'll look into it.
No. We're gonna send it to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're talking to us.
Yeah.
We're gonna give it to you for free.
It's like Santa Claus.
Yeah, everybody else you got to buy it, but you get it for free, Gage.
Yeah.
Did you get a girlfriend, by the way?
Right.
Did it work? Did you get a girlfriend?
I'm married.
Oh,
hey,
it
holy
worked.
cow.
Well,
You skipped a step.
Yeah, I did. I also, just real quick, so I have 2 jobs. I work on a farm, and then I also work for a commercial spraying applicator. So I'm always outdoors, working with my hands, moving around a bunch. Maybe I'm doing too much volume. Could that possibly be a part of it?
Oh, I mean, maybe. How long have you been doing that for?
5 years.
Yeah, so here's the interesting thing about people who work in manual type labor or work with physical jobs. After a certain amount of years, the body adapts pretty well. I mean, I come from a family of blue collar workers, and it always shocks me at their body's ability to just handle workload. So it's usually after 5 to 10 years where it's not. I mean, it's still somewhat of a stress just because you're moving and it's work, but it's more like a normal stress, for that person. Like somebody sitting at a desk and getting stressed out at work versus just it's being a lot of does your job make you sore? Do you get sore from your job anymore?
No, sir.
Yeah. So I wouldn't worry too much about that.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like Adam was in the right direction there. Just knowing a lot of athletes I've trained before, they've been on a cut for a very long period of time trying to manage their weight, and it just was not contributing to their performance at all. So being well fed is definitely a part of that process to get the kind of gains and progress forward like I think you're looking for. So I think, looking into that and, messing around maybe with some, mini bulks, mini cuts and kind of making sure that you're fed through part of the training process is going to contribute a lot.
It sounds counterintuitive, but I'm with Justin, and I know Sal was talking to you about doing a little bit of a cut, but I'm speculating that you probably haven't been on like a bulk since you did this massive cut. And I would imagine that anytime you creep up on calories, you probably psychologically fuck yourself and go back the other direction. And so your body might just do really well being fed a little bit more calories and just trying to get fucking strong for a little bit. And have you ran a bulk? When was the last time you actually ran a bulk?
I don't think I ever actually have.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. I mean, and again, it's going to be the psychological part. If it would be add a little bit of calories, try and get strong in the gym, and that's your main thing you're focused on. Don't sweat a couple pounds here and there. If you're getting stronger in the gym and you're feeling good, that would be where I'd try and focus.
Build that muscle, man.
Gage, how do you know you're consuming 3,400 calories a day? By the way, do you track?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay.
I use Lose It, that little app.
Okay, well that's good. By the way, 3,400 calories is not bad for a guy your size.
Yeah.
That's not a bad.
Terrible,
yeah, that's actually pretty good. So I mean, you could even make if you're scared of adding calories, you could even just keep them where they're at and follow map symmetry, and then make sure you feed your body appropriately as you start to get stronger. Okay. Yeah.
So should I run the cut during symmetry?
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say, why don't you keep your calories where they're at first and see how you feel? Okay. Because I do agree, a small cut would be fine, but I wouldn't do it for too long, like a few weeks and then go back to maintenance or back to a little bit of above. I mean, your body weight and your height, I think you're fine. And your calories are high enough to where a cut, it's not making me freak out. Like if you're at 2,400 calories or 2,000 calories, I wouldn't want you to go on a cut. But 3,400, you have some room to play. So it's okay to go on a little bit of a cut, but it's also okay to stay at maintenance and then follow a new program. Because that'll fuel the strength that you're looking for.
Gage, one last question before we hang up and I talk about you. Your steps, have you ever tracked them in the day?
Yes, sir. It's usually about 15,000, anywhere from 15 to 17,000 steps.
Yeah, he's moving a lot.
He's moving a lot, bro.
Yeah.
You
That's why he's
100% you could 100% handle a bulk right now.
Yeah.
I would push that way. I would push you in the bulk direction. Like
3,600 calories, something like that. It's like a
maybe
small
even
just a
38.
little bulk.
Yeah, even 38, dude. 38 and trying to get strong. I mean, I really think you're not. Let's put it this way: you're going to 3,800 calories. you are not going to be putting pounds of fat on every single week. I promise you that. I
Especially with new programming.
That's right. And but you will. You're increasing calories, most likely some carbohydrates. Might be thirsty. You might hold a little bit of water weight here and there. Don't let that fuck with you. Focus on the strength in the gym. Get strong at the lifts at your whatever program you're following. Get strong, and just hang tight for give me a month. Give me a month of training like that, and then you can call us back and we can talk about where you're at. Or actually, you know what? Let's do this. Doug, put them in the forum. You have Facebook?
No.
You don't got Facebook out in that cornfield, huh?
Just when I thought I could. Now I like him.
I tell you what, reach back to us then in a month.
Send an email to
send an email to Jerry again. Just let her know that we asked you to reach back out in a month and let us know how you're doing, and then we'll talk again. I just think if you trust the process a little bit here, it'll serve you well.
Thanks, Gage.
Have a good one.
You got it, man. Yeah, that's two things. One, very good point you made there, Adam. Just kind of talking about the relationship with food, and then two, with that being physically active the way he is after a while, it really is remarkable how the body adapts to that kind of workload. It's the
new standard.
Yeah, so I mean, he is moving a lot, which is good for his health, but at some point, it's not like you're burning shit tons of calories like you were when you first started. And so I want to say that to some people because I think some people might think
he's not, but I wouldn't have given that advice if he told me he's 2,000 to 4,000 steps a day.
Right.
Because that's pretty high calories for somebody who's doing only 2,000 to 4,000 steps a day.
It makes a difference.
But 15,000 is no joke. He's moving all day. I mean, that's trainer. Active. That was like being a full-time trainer type movement for me was 15,000 steps a day. So he's an active dude. And you're right. Your body adapts. It's not like he might have been burning 5,000 calories when he first got the job there, but then he's now adapted to this. But I definitely think that psychologically, this person who's lost 100 pounds, right, driven by
they're gonna be fearful of every pound.
Very fearful, and I bet what happens is you hear the show every once in a while. Oh, I'm gonna increase my calories a little bit. The next day you wake up and you feel thicker, or the scale goes up. Oh my god, I go back the other way. So because he said he weighs 3,000 to 3,400, 3,000. I bet he tries to creep up to 34.
He's like,
freaks out, goes back down, and then he's wondering why he's plateaued in the gym. Well, he's not feeling his body to grow and build.